Hello my friends, this is Jeannie. Welcome back. In this video I am going to continue to work on my Frida Kahlo journal. I have posted a few videos sharing the progress and process on the journal, so be sure to check them out. I will put up cards throughout this video in this general area here, linking you to the various videos that I have made up to this point. So in my last video, which for you is a couple of days ago, but for me was about 5 seconds ago, I finished these coin envelopes that I collaged, painted, and sewed. Inside each of the envelopes is a cute little tag with a little fabric tab to just make it easier to pull it out. And it's a nice little journaling spot on the back. So that's what I did in my last video. So be sure to check that out if you want to know more about how I did this. So in that last video, I also sneak peeked the fabric flips that I am working on. So I thought that is what we would do in this video. So let me catch you up on what I have so far, because I was experimenting with different things that were on my desk to see what I can come up with. And this is what I came up with. Let me just reach behind me and grab this. I had these little fabric squares that I purchased from Tuesday Morning a long time ago, and I love the colors. And I thought they would be perfect for my Frida Kahlo journal. So I pulled out 6 of these squares to make some flips. I figured 2 squares per fabric flip will do. I also had some doilies and some raffia. I think this is called raffia or raffia. This stuff here, I think it's called raffia, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, let me know down below, but I'm pretty sure this is raffia. I purchased some of this stuff from the Dollar Tree some many moons ago. Love the colors and decided I wanted to use them in my journal, so I pulled those out. I had that raffia paper, and then I had these doilies. I have tons of doilies in my stash, and I don't use them as often as I should because, quite frankly, out of sight, out of mind. But I pulled some doilies out, and I love this beige or khaki color, so I wanted to use that because I thought that was a nice neutral that would help the other colors, including the red raffia, to pop. So I wanted to use that. And then I also had some muslin, some strips of this muslin in my stash that I wanted to use. And then of course I have my stamps. I have this Crafty Chica. This is Sizzix. It's called Crafty Chica. I used some of the sentiments in this one. I didn't use the Jane Davenport stamp yet, but I definitely used this Dina Wakley Media stamp by Ranger, and it's called Homage to Frida. I definitely used that. I used the sentiment and I used the images themselves, but what I'm going to use for the fabric flip are the sentiments. The images I'm also going to use on a fabric type element, but I'm still brainstorming that and kind of working that out. So let me just share with you what I have so far. So what I decided to do was, I guess, let me share with you the prototype. So I took 2 strips of, or 2 of those squares, and I just ripped, I tore the edges so they weren't so clean cut, and cut them to different sizes so that I can layer them like this, kind of like a waterfall type deal. And boy, when you start ripping these up, the thread just comes totally undone, which doesn't bother me. I actually like the look of it, but if that bothers you, be careful with the fabric you choose, because not all fabrics are created equal, but it works for me. I took a pretty white fabric square with these little floral prints in the background, and here's another floral print in some teals and greens. Nothing too loud, but of course fun. And then what I thought I would do is I took a doily and I folded it in half, and I thought that I would use it almost as a topper, because why not? And I think I'm going to ink the doily up some. Then I needed a pop of color, so I took some of the red raffia and I'm going to put that on the top there. Then what I did was I took those stamped sentiments and I used, oh, here it is, my archival ink, my Distress archival ink in the color Black Soot. And I stamped those sentiments onto a piece of muslin. And what I'm going to do is put that on top there. And then to attach it to one of the pages in my book, I haven't even decided what page. I think I have a general idea of what page I want to put it on. This one right here. I thought what I would do is maybe not that page, because whoa, that looks a little busy, doesn't it? Okay, maybe not that page. Let's find a page that's not so busy. Here, this is better. Woo, that was busy. Yes, better. What I thought I would do and I'll sew this on later. I'm not going to do any sewing in this video because it's not set up. Is have it go over the page like that. I don't know. Let's see if this would work. Something like that. Maybe lower this just a tiny bit more. Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah. And then it's on top. And then sew it across. Oh, I covered her face. No. Well, I guess it's going to have to be on a signature by signature basis. If I can sew it on this way, where it doesn't cover up an image like that on the back side, fantastic. But if I can't, then what I'll do is just tuck it and stitch it onto the one side. But either way, this I think is the look I'm going to go for, something like that. Isn't that pretty? Something like that. And I know some people are confused by fabric flips and what purpose do they serve in a journal. Well, for me, they're just pretty. And what I do sometimes is I will pin things onto them. Like I have bulb pins, and maybe what I want to do is pin something like one of these embellishments, one of these metal charm embellishments that I made. Maybe what I will do is pin it onto there. Especially when I have something this pretty, if I can't find another use for it in my journal that makes me happy, then I will simply pin it here. This makes me happy. The only downside to pinning pinning it to the inside of the book is you can't really see it until you get to that page. I would love for this to be dangling somewhere on the book where I can see it just looking at the book. But if that doesn't work, if it's too big, because these are a little big, then I can just pin it right there using a bulb pin, and I will be very happy with that because it's in my journal and it makes me happy. So that's what I like to use fabric flips. You can also staple things onto them if you have a tiny attachler. Wow, a tiny attacher would be a good thing to do. So that is what I'm thinking for my fabric flips. So I kind of put two of them together. Kind of. So I thought I would work on this some more. So I guess what I will start is just showing you my little process for getting them up to that point. So let's start with the stamping itself. I use, like I said, that archival ink and a flat surface, and just printed, or I should say stamped, not printed, stamped, some sentiments on a strip of this muslin fabric. Here it says, paint your truth, spill your story. Viva la vida. Just a cute little heart with some flourishes. This is one of the images from the stamp set, Homage to Frida. And this is the other. I think I need to stamp it at least one more time because I have 3 signatures. So why don't I show you just how easy it is to stamp on this fabric. I'm not even going to press it. I probably should, but I'm not going to. I can press it after. So here's the fabric. Let's see, of those 2 stamps, which is my favorite that I won't mind seeing in my book twice? They're both pretty. Maybe I'll stamp it twice. Because now I'm indecisive. So I'm going to stamp it twice. Let's stamp it twice. Let's stamp it twice. And put that over there. I have a nice big stamping block. Line up my image. Not image, stamp. You want to try to have the fabric so it's flat. If you stamp on a fold or a crease, you will not get a clean stamped image. I'm just going to stand so I can put a little pressure here. Not too much. I don't want it to kind of smush and smudge. And just like that. Pretty. Now, if I really, really want to take this up to another level, I can, I suppose, go in and embroider this image, but I'm not that motivated. Not that motivated. So we are not going to do that, but it's certainly something you can do. I'm just going to clean my stamp before I remove her from my block and move on to the next one. You most certainly can do that. I'm not. could use color ink to do this. I have this archival ink in other colors, but I wanted to just go basic and keep it black. I really want the image to be visible on the fabric. I don't want it to fade in. There we go. Number 2. You know what? Let me get a different. That baby wipe is not so wet anymore. She's been sitting on my desk for a while. So let me clean up. My images, my stamps don't need to be super clean, but yeah, I have to clean them because I can't have a super messy one either. I don't mind if they look used, but I don't want them to look neglected. Same with my stamping blocks. Okay. And that's how easy it is to stamp on fabric. So let me put this aside. And I have, these are the flips, the fabric flips I was working on. This is the one I was about to start before I thought maybe I should film this. So I am going to start by roughing up these edges a little bit. I want it to look a little more worn. So just by cutting a little and then pulling the rest, you get this nice rough edge. Love that. And let's see. Maybe around there. I don't mind some string, but I don't want like a crazy amount of string. And I think this is going to be the top one, so I need to cut it a little shorter. And I will hold on to these little scrap pieces at least until the end of the project. And at the end of the project, if I didn't incorporate them into the journal, then I will throw them out. I can't keep every scrap that I have as much as I would like to. I just can't. It gets a bit much. But I do keep them. And I'm glad I did, because I was able to use these scraps from the fabric flips to make the tabs for the journals that I used in my coin envelope. So there you go. But if I don't use it by the end of this project, yeah, getting rid of them. So this pretty brown square is going to be the bottom layer. I'm just lining up so that they are both generally the same width. And this one, I'm not going to cut as much from the bottom because I do want it to be longer. think I still have to make this one on top a little bit shorter. A little bit shorter. Better. Something like that. Here's that red raffia. And then these are my stamp sentiments. Let's see. I think this one might be a bit too big. I have that one. I have this one. Viva la vida. Boy, there's lost string everywhere here. I don't know how to avoid that. So that's pretty, something like that. That's 2, and this is like really big. Maybe, you know what I will do? Maybe instead of using the whole Viva la Vida, just use, I don't know, just use what? Can I cut this? I can maybe make this one. That's not terrible. That's okay. Maybe we can cut that down a little bit more. I don't know, this one I might have to cut with scissors because the thinner that strip is, when it comes to ripping, the harder it is to rip it. So I'm going to bring this one up in my face and cut it. And then, yeah, that works better. And then maybe I can go in and use the edge of my, the tip of my scissor to kind of just rough that up a little bit. Don't look so clean. Better. There, not so perfect. And a better fit. So that is number 1. That'll be number 2. And this one I probably want to cut down a little bit as well. It's kind of a lot going on here. I will try first to rip it. Let's see. Oh, that worked. Better. So let's take this. Let's move all this to the side. Get my grungy little inking pad here. I could, let's see. I don't know what this is going to do, but let's try. Oh, I like that. Let's try to just grunge that up a little bit so it's not so stark. So it will look something like that. Something like that. Make your mark with a nice little stitch going across. Yeah, that is what that is going to look like. Let me get a little clip just to hold it all together for now so I don't lose the little different elements. But that's one flippity flip. Here's flippity flip number 2. What I love about these particular doilies, paper doilies, is that they are same color on both sides. It's not color on one side and white on the other. And these are by Recollections. So that's why I went with these, because I didn't want the flip side to be a stark white. I thought I had, didn't I have 3? Yes, I did. What did I do with that piece? Ay vey. Well, I know she's here somewhere. I thought I did. I know I did. Where'd I put it? Anyway, she's here somewhere, but there's a little... OMG. Where did I put you, my little friends? All right, well, I know it's somewhere here on my desk. I will find it when I start cleaning up, but I thought this one had the little heart with the flourish on it. It'll pop up. It always pops up. I don't know where it went, but for now we will just pin that together until that little... Boy, how does that happen? Good grief, golly gee. All right, it'll pop up, but you saw it. We did it together. It had the little heart with the little flourishes on it. I don't know where it went. Crazy. Here's the third and final one for this video. Goodness gracious. Boy, that really is going to irritate me. Ay, ay, ay. I don't know where it went. Boy, I wouldn't be surprised if it's stuck on me. Okay, let's ink this up. That is bizarre. But I know I did it. You're my witness, I did it. And I'll go back and watch this video to convince myself that I'm not crazy. I know I did it. Boy, at this point, I might as well just ink up the entire doily, right? Ay, ay, ay. Okie dokie. And let's make sure we don't stick that on there upside down. That would be silly. Okay. So this is fabric flip number 2. Excuse my arm reaching across the craft table. I have a stack of drawers in front of me that have tools and different things that I reach for all of the time. So here is number 1. Here is number 2. Ah, wait, we're missing something from here, aren't we? Here we go. There we go. And I'm not going to, at first I thought maybe I would ink up the raffia, but I don't want everything to be so matchy-matchy. I like the pop of red, nice clean pop of color. We will keep that. Boy. Let's see. Here's 1, here's 2, and here's 3. Did I pin it just on a different side of the fabric? I mean, it's just insane how quickly we lose things, but I know I did it, and y'all saw me do it, so I will find it. And if I can't find it, how's that possible? You know when I'll find it? Once I finish the last stitch in my journal, that's when it's going to pop up, when I don't need it anymore. But we did it. We did it together. I don't know. It's not there. Here, my... You know, I have a pile of... No, it's not in that pile. But anyway, I will find it. I will find it. And I will attach it. And that will complete that little fabric flip. But that is what I have for this video, my friends. That is how I make my little fabric flips and what I use them for. And the more I think about it, I think definitely if I don't find another place in my journal for these pendants, I am going to just hang them from there using, I have these pins. Let's see what that would look like. I probably will need a jump ring. I think I'm going to need a jump ring. Yeah, it will need a jump ring. But something I can do, just so that you see what it looks like. I don't mind if the fabric will have a little hole right there. Can do something like that. Always a possibility. It would definitely need a jump ring though, so that you can get more movement on that. I would want the movement. So that is my share for this particular video, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. If you are new to my channel and you have not already subscribed, please do so. I would love to have you. If you are already subscribed, please make sure to activate that notification bell so that you will be notified anytime I post a new video. I will catch you all in the next video, my friends. Until next time, bye-bye.